Many people around the world associate Germany with innovative technology, sport, ancient traditions, and a major beer culture. But they don't know much about German comedy. When I tell my colleagues and friends in America that I do stand-up comedy in Germany, they think that's the punchline. It's always difficult when people think in terms of these clichés. When they hear the words German humor, many people say that's a contradiction in terms. That doesn't exist. People outside Germany still think that about us. I think Germans are really funny. Well, the weather isn't really very cheerful.
I think they're very funny. Yeah, I like the dry sense of humor, and they're pretty witty and sharp.
I think political cabaret has become more colourful. Angela Merkel? I mean, who elected her? Of course, now nobody's prepared to admit it. You shouldn't be clapping. Statistically speaking, you're taking the mickey now. Freedom of expression is great, and you can see how it's being curtailed in so many places. These are terrible trends that make my job impossible. That's why we have to fight for the right to say whatever we want about anybody we want to. And sometimes German humour has its own peculiarities. For me, it's like this. Either it's really basic, if somebody slips over by accident, or it has to be born in tragedy. There's quite a lot of Schadenfreude in Germany, a word we use in English too.
In English we benutzen das deutsche Wort Schadenfreude.
Tell a joke? No, I don't know any. Humour is very, very, very subjective.
It is a little bit different. I find if sometimes I crack jokes from Australia, sometimes they don't actually know what I'm laughing about, and sometimes vice versa. I have no idea what they're saying half the time.
Over the last 20 years, it's become a real industry. It wasn't there before. In the 70s and 80s, there were very few cabaretists. German comedy is no longer someone dressed in lederhosen clutching a Bockwurst. Even if it were true that we used to be a humorless nation, it's certainly not true anymore.
Have some sympathy!